Hi everyone, no intro music for this one because it's just a quick update to tell you about an exciting new development for the podcast. As of tomorrow, we're going to have a deep dive episode released on our YouTube channel once or twice a month, just to delve a bit deeper into a key topic that obviously relates to the world of football coaching. So please take a look and check it out. It's just a different way of getting some information across and having a chat around all things football related. The audio version will also be available through the podcast channel like normal. However, we'll be referring to visual clips in there, so better off using the YouTube channel if you can, but you can listen to it if that's your best way of getting the information. Also, just an add-on to this is we're always keen to speak to coaches out there who are on the grass working with their players. So if you're keen to get on the podcast, either for the audio-only version or better still on the YouTube channel, please reach out. That would be great. It would be great to hear from you. Or if you've got a topic you'd like us to cover that we've not touched on before or want to go into more detail on it, again, please reach out and let us know. We're happy to look at that. It doesn't matter if you've coached for 6 weeks or 60 years, whether you're 16 or 60, whether you've got all the badges or no badges, where you're located, doesn't matter, as long as you've got a passion for helping players develop and become better and want to share that knowledge and have some thoughts and ideas around that. Be great if you don't agree with anything that I say, because a lot of people don't, and it'd be good to hear some voices that have different opinions to what I may be thinking or our guests may be thinking. So, please reach out, let us know if you want to be involved, topics or want to appear. It'd be great to hear from you. But most importantly, please check out the deep dive episode out tomorrow and let us know what you think. Thanks everyone. And here's a little clip just to get you excited. So I'm going to give a quick bit of background to this for people that are listening and potentially watching. If this goes as well as it should go, they'll be watching as well. When we spoke a couple of weeks back and you were kind of doing another podcast with us all around positional play, I think we spoke probably just as long before and after that we did for the actual recording of the podcast episode. Yeah. And what came to fruition for me was, just what a wonderful talent and knowledge you have around the game, and how we could potentially tap into more of that, because the podcast, scratched the surface on some of these things, but having the opportunity to talk further with you just meant like I'm missing out on too much stuff. I need to get more Paddy. So what we said we would try and do is find a way in which we could take a bit more of a deeper dive into some topics, and really just push ourselves, or certainly push me, to ask better questions and challenge you a bit around some of like the principles of play and some of the way in which teams set themselves up and organize themselves, and really get a bit deeper into the tactics. Does that sound like a fair analysis of where we've got to and why we're here?
It does, mate. And I've had people reach out as well, people that sort of work with me and people I don't know that have said they just really enjoyed that kind of, we only touched on things in passing. They're like, well, but we love that. Tell us a little bit more about it. And then you and I sort of started kicking the idea around and said, well, let's give it a go. So I think that's a very fair description.
Brilliant. Well, we've had to do, like I said, a bit more presentable because the cameras are on as well for this one, not just the audio, so I can't be picking my nose and stuff. So I try and stay professional. But look, what we are is still just us having a chat about some football-related stuff, right? Let's not carry away. That's what we're going to try and do here, but try and layer some of these things in. So I can ask all the silly questions that I don't know the answer to, and you can try your best to pretend I'm not a Wally and try and answer them the best you can, and see where we land. And look, who knows what topics we might do moving forward, but for today, I was keen to pick up on something you spoke about on the podcast episode, which is kind of all about building out from the back and also lines in some of your macro principles that you've got, and one specifically. So if you don't mind, Paige, just tee us up with what we're going to look into for this deep dive episode.